Where's the evidence that Umbrella Man is a white supremacist? Hey folks, this video was originally going to be part of the last video, the one called Nazi Antifa Mom, but this video and that video, they're each long enough as it is, and they can each stand on their own, so they are two distinct videos. I do recommend that you watch the video Nazi Antifa Mom and then watch this video, but not necessary, so enjoy either way. So check this out. Democracy Now! Tweeting out their article about this. Umbrella Man at Minneapolis George Floyd protests identified as white supremacist provocateur, and then they link their article, but before we look at that, 9/11 is still a joke. 911 is joke. Tweets identified by whom? And then somebody responds, the police, dude. Took 2 seconds of actually clicking the article to learn that. 9/11 is still a joke. Response, oh, so we believe the police now? Good to know that's Democracy Now!'s position on who is an authority on what's happening on the ground in the protests. It's so easy to get these people to walk into traps. They are so fucking blinded by their fucking dogma that they can't see they're walking into traps when they do. He's dead on his feet. He doesn't even know it. He responds, sure, dude, because the police are totally known for their left-leaning ideologies. You missed the point, you schmuck. They only protect neo-Nazis and bash left-wing protesters' heads to keep the facade, you idiot. It doesn't matter. You said you fucking believe the police. You're implying that because the police say so, they are correct. And this is this idiot's response.
You know what I want to know?
Tabby's face palming.
If the police are so goddamn racist, right?
Yeah.
The police are so fucking racist. And mind you, the police are decided by your local government.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So let's make that straight. It's not like magically, poof, white supremacists just morph into the fucking police force. That's not how this works. This is not magic, and you can't just fucking I Dream of Jeannie that shit into place. All right? That's not how life works. So that means that these people were installed through a system of what? Oppressive racial injustice, right? You know, your fucking big gimmick words?
Yeah.
Well, these are Democrat states with Democrat mayors and Democrat governors and Democrat judges and Democrat lawyers and Democrat attorney generals and Democrat Supreme Courts and Democrat everybody. So exactly what Republican is at fault for putting those fucking police in power, huh?
Secret
Can
white
somebody give me a
supremacists
name of what Republican it is that you magically think did this? All right? And make sure it's a white one because you know what? There's a lot of black Republicans, so be careful.
The other guy responds with, yeah, it's not like the police have any reason to manipulate the narrative on this. None at all. We should definitely believe them whenever they say something that sounds like what we want to believe. Sounds like a good strategy and a good analysis. Well played. So, I'm gonna guess this guy's gonna come back with something even more dumb. Yep. Alright then, do tell. What's the reason for manipulating the narrative on this?
Okay. Wow.
Well, he's asking why would the cops manipulate the narrative. Meanwhile, like, how do you even know it's the cops doing it? It might be Democracy Now! I haven't looked at the article yet, but, I mean, who knows?
He's just fucking hype warnings. It's the cops' fault. It's always gonna be the cops' fault. It's Trump's fault. It's the cops' fault. If the sun blew up tomorrow and it didn't kill our planet for some fucking miraculous god fucking reason, everybody would go, it's Trump's fault that the sun blew up.
Yeah.
Because he didn't invest more in space, even though he did the whole Space Force thing, and it looks like the, you know, Star Trek fucking thing. I love that. He really fucking got those Star Trek commies pissed off. Like, he did, because there are literal Antifa Star Trek commies. Yeah. And it's hilarious, because they think Star Trek is based on a communist utopia. Yep. And it's like, actually, no. They like to promote that shit that way, but it's not.
But notice, essentially, the reason why that stuff works in their plot line is because of the element of...
fantasy?
Well, essentially, magic. Yeah. The plot device is essentially magic. I mean, it's technology, but as Arthur C. Clarke points out, any advanced enough technology is going to be indistinguishable from magic. Same thing, just replace the word magic with technology. There you go. So you're saying that communism could work if you have magic involved.
Yeah, if you have, like, you know, an entire fantasy world set in fiction and food generators.
Yep. One sandwich, that's all. Somebody turn off this infernal food factory.
Burger, Caesar salad, French fry, blanco bean, chicken noodle soup, English steak, chicken pot pie, soup, chicken noodle soup, chicken pot pie,
So, let's see here. Alrighty then, do tell, what's the reason for manipulating the narrative on this? The other guy responds, to delegitimize the uprising. Okay, and that's if it is the cops manipulating the narrative, then that would be a possibility. The other guy responds, you don't think it has anything to do with the fact that the man self-identifies in social media as being part of the Aryan Cowboy Brotherhood? Never heard of this yet. Did the cops hop in their time machine, hack his computer, and create false accounts in his name, boasting about being a white supremacist?
It wouldn't be the first time somebody did some shit like that.
Yeah, and also, guess what? Beside the point. This is the point, okay? Whatever this man's beliefs are, you people said, yay, let's do that.
Yeah. Let me think. During the last mass shooter, okay? I remember this one distinctly. It was some little fucker, some young fucker.
The Dayton, Ohio one?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly where. But anyways, his profile said anti-Trump stuff and pro-Democrat. So he is a Democrat.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
That shit literally changed in front of people's eyes.
Ah.
Because somebody got into the account and started changing these facts. Most likely one of his little Antifa buddies, because these mass killers are Democrats and Antifas that have basically been goaded into doing these things.
And this was after the said shooter was already killed?
Yeah.
Right. So there you go.
Yeah. It's like, he wasn't changing it. Somebody else got on there and did it for him. And it wasn't the only one. The one before that did it too. When one of their online fucking, it's like a... I don't know. It's like basically all of your basic information from being online compiled into one spot.
Okay.
Right?
Social Blade, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe that's probably what it was. But anyways, theirs was registered Democrat as well. And it got, again, switched in front of everybody's eyes to Republican.
Yep.
So don't give me this shit. Oh, well, they would have had to get in there. Oh, yeah. And they have before. So don't fucking play with me. All right? Don't fucking play with me like, oh, no. Yeah, the internet is magic and hackers don't exist, you fucking little weenies.
What about the New Zealand shooter from last year?
There you go.
We watched the media saying that he was a Trump supporter, white supremacist, this, that, and the other thing.
Opposite.
Well, he was a lot of different things all at once, okay? He was a coincidentia positorum, but we were looking at his manifesto, reading it, and he said, I am not a Trump supporter. Well, and the way he put it, he supports the image of what the white supremacist image of Trump, but not the actual Trump. But anyway, my point is this. The manifesto was out there. We could all read what this man believed. The media all lied about it anyway, okay? The authorities lied about it as well. So don't tell me we can trust them. You don't trust them either, Mr. Heavy Hammond or whatever the fuck. If they said that he was a black supremacist, you would say, well, we can't trust the cops. But you're saying that you could trust the cops on this because they're saying he's a white supremacist. Fuck you flip-flopping opportunist. So the other guy responds, you seem to think you know something I don't. Can you share a link to where the self-identified biker and white supremacist admitted that he was the one breaking the windows? I don't see any of that. Sorry. So the other guy responds, go look it up, man. In other words, no, he can't. Go look it up, man. That's what I did. Took only a few seconds. Prove me wrong. Why is everybody so lazy-minded? You all need your information handed to you on a silver platter. You couldn't even open Dem Now's report long enough to figure out who identified the guy. The other guy responds, I knew who it was, you simp. I was calling them out for believing the cops. You got his name and some evidence that this biker actually did it. You share that link, because no mainstream media has that info. Democracy Now! Quote, Umbrella Man, unquote, at George Floyd protests in Minneapolis ID'd as white supremacist provocateur. And they write, in Minneapolis, police have issued an arrest warrant for a suspect known as Umbrella Man, who was filmed smashing the windows of an auto parts dealership on May 27th, 2 days after the police killing of George Floyd. And I do remember this. They're saying, oh my god, it's only white supremacists starting the riot. Well, then why were you rioting with him? And those are some very dark white supremacists who were, well, looting. Okay. Oh, but they just need bread. And Nike shoes. Investigators say the man is a white supremacist who sought to provoke violence against against protesters. Wait, provoke violence against protesters? Wait a minute, you're just making this shit up now. Like, what are you talking about? No. The lie you've been telling is that he was trying to get the protesters to riot. He's not trying to... What crap are you... Oh, I'm a little flabbergasted at this right now. A Minneapolis arson investigator wrote in an affidavit, quote, "This was the first fire that set off a string of fires and looting throughout the precinct and the rest of the city," unquote. So again, you're basically saying that a white supremacist does something and then the other people there follow suit and go, "Oh yeah, let's do that too." But it's only the white supremacist's fault because he did it first.
Yeah, that's
so you're saying they have no agency, they can't think for themselves, they are not human beings, they're just monkeys who copy, monkey see, monkey do. Is that what you're fucking saying? You're saying that they're not responsible for their own actions. And that's the whole article right there. That's it. That's the whole fucking article. So, the article, very short article by Democracy Now! Offers zero evidence. No references, no citations, nothing. Just hearsay. So let's look at NPR. It was not as far left as Democracy Now! Alright. Minneapolis police reportedly identified a viral Umbrella Man as white supremacist. Let's just look. They are saying that according to the Minneapolis Star Tribune, the Minneapolis police arson investigator Erica Christensen wrote in a search warrant affidavit filed this week that the man's actions created a hostile atmosphere. And we know that, okay, but where's the proof, okay? 500 business damage. Okay, wait. The reports say police link Umbrella Man and the Stillwater incident with the Aryan Cowboy Brotherhood, a small white supremacist prison and street gang primarily based in Minnesota and Kentucky. Okay, let's see what they use as their citation. The ADL.
A few minutes later.
A couple of photos of some tattoos with ACB on his skull with wings on it, and it says the Aryan Cowboy Brotherhood is a small white supremacist prison/street gang based primarily in Minnesota and Kentucky. Its main symbol consists of a helmeted winged skull with the initials ACB. Do you have a photo of Umbrella Man with this tattoo?
Nope.
Doesn't look like it. So, let's look on to Forbes. Mystery Umbrella Man Vandal from Minnesota police say he's a white supremacist instigator by Matt Perez from the Forbes staff. And let's see here, top line, video. Yes, we know there's a video. And, alright, it looks to me like they're basing it all on the Star Tribune. So let's have a look at that. Star Tribune's article about this from the 28th. Yes, we know this viral video. Police identified Umbrella Man thanks to a tip that came in via email last week, Christensen said. This is Sergeant Erica Christensen that they're saying is saying this. First of all, there isn't proof that she said it, but let's just assume that she said it, okay? She said it. So far, this is hanging on the Star Tribune's claim that a police sergeant claimed something.
So the cops are telling the truth now?
Right, so we're gonna believe the police now.
Oh, is it because that police officer, is she ethnic, or is it because she just owns a vagina? So who knows? But either way, why is it you can't fucking stick to a narrative? If all cops are bad, that means all cops, even the ones with tits.
Even the black ones.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what color they are or what sex they are. If all cops are bad, you fucking monkeys, then that means all cops.
Yeah. Alright, so then let's look at the New York Post's version of this from the 28th as well. Hooded Minneapolis Man, blah, blah, blah. And they're linking back to the Star Tribune that we just looked at. Alright. Well, there you go. They're linking it back to the Star Tribune, which is quoting a police sergeant and not proving that the police sergeant actually said that, when they could link to whatever they're getting their quote from, but they don't. And then we have Washington Post from the 29th, and they, again, are linking back to the Star Tribune's report on this. So, as far as I could see, the mainstream media is reporting on this because the Star Tribune reported it, and then you look at the Star Tribune, and they're just making a claim. That's it. Yep. That's all it is.
Yet another false news narrative. Now, I do believe he is a white supremacist. Yes, I do, because he's an antifa.
Well, there you go.
I don't believe they're bullshit reasons for it.